Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on October the 2nd, 2020. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. So tons of data today, and coming up on Friday, we have a very important piece of data here, our non-farm payroll numbers. Generally, they are market movers. So watch out for that. Other than that, we also have all this talk about the stimulus bill, the big stimulus bill. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And other than that, there is the Brexit talks going on between European Union and UK. Those are creating a lot of volatility for British pound as well. So there's a ton of stuff going on in the background that we have to be mindful of. And on top of that, we are going to have this US dollar news tomorrow. So expect volatility for the US dollar. So let's go on to the charts now. Okay, we'll start off with euro dollar here. So euro dollar, we see that price is still holding here. Now it did go back into this resistance, but it hasn't been able to hold above the resistance yet. So at this point, I am neutral on this because this is a major support resistance level. So if it holds below, we are likely to see a drop. So that's something to watch out for. And in this case, so I'm going to be neutral. And this level that we're looking at is 1.1750. So if it holds below, then we're looking for a drop. Now, only time it will turn bullish here is if it gets through this level, and then it could go all the way into this 1870 level. So it will be very important for us to keep an eye on this 1.1750 level here. So neutral bias for euro dollar. Once it goes through and holds above, then it becomes bullish again. But until then, we're going to be neutral on this. Pound dollar here, this one also is struggling with this resistance level here. And as we can see, sorry about that. As we can see here, if price holds below this level, now it did try to go through here, but it wasn't successful. It wasn't able to hold. So pound has been volatile. I would still expect volatility in the pound here. But if it holds below this 1.2930 level, this one here, I would expect this one to drop here as well. So right now, this one is also neutral. We don't have any sort of confirmed setup here. We have small candle body with pins on both sides. So this is completely neutral candle. So as long as it holds below 1.2930, I will look for a drop back towards this level. Now, if based on the non-farm payroll numbers, if US dollar drops, then all the dollar crosses are likely to move. But based on just the technicals here, this is looking neutral at the moment. Aussie dollar here, this one is bullish right now. However, it's also into resistance, and today's candle close isn't super strong here. And at this point, if price holds below here, we're looking for a drop again, but a lot of this move to the downside has been filled. Now, should it go through here, then it's going all the way back to the resistance level here. So right now, it's also still at that cusp where it's back testing this important support resistance level, hasn't managed to hold above. So if it doesn't get through, we could see this continuation of this move lower, but we have to wait and see at this point. So bias right now is bullish with caution, though. Once it gets through the high, we're looking at 1.7250 and then all the way into sorry, 0.7335. So bullish bias here, just with caution. New Zealand dollar here, this one is looking bullish. Now at this point, it is into support resistance level, but looking bullish still. Next target is 0.6700, and should it get through that, then we are back into these levels again, into the highs. At this point, this is similar to Aussie, where this is the support resistance level. This is where price had gone up and turned around. This is where it has reacted last time as well. So if it doesn't go through, it can turn, but it is looking bullish. So bullish bias for New Zealand dollar. Next target 0.67 and then 0.6765. Dollar CAD here, we were looking for a drop, got that, still looking bearish here. Now, the only thing to watch out for will be the support level here. So price came all the way into the high of this candle. It did bounce off of that. So at this point, it's still bearish. We have bearishness in the candle, and we have to see if it can hold or go through excuse me, through the resistance here. But if it fails, then we're looking for a move higher. So right now, bias is bearish, just with caution. Next target is 1.3250 and then 1.3200. So bearish bias for dollar CAD. And let's take a look at our commodities. Right now, this is going sideways. It's been sideways for this entire week here. And at this point, still looking neutral. Doesn't really have a clear direction. At this point, if it holds below this 24.40, we're still looking for a drop here. So neutral bias here for silver. Gold here did go through this resistance level, so looking slightly bullish, but we are still into this resistance level here, very close to this resistance level. Price is likely to react to that, so we may see a move towards 1920, and then if it holds, we could see a turnaround here, so watch out for that. So neutral to slightly bullish bias here for gold. Oil here held below this 40.80 level, looking bearish, and I would look for a move lower back into the support level at 37.40. So bearish bias for oil. Copper here, huge drop in copper and looking bearish still. Now, when we have such a big drop, we can get a pullback. So watch out for this pullback into 2.87 here, and then a further move to the downside. Now, it could pull back higher here into 2.92. So I would keep an eye on both 2.87 and 2.92. So overall bias is bearish, but watch out for that pullback. Bitcoin here, Bitcoin still holding below this resistance at 10,860. So today's candle closes neutral to bearish. We see pins on both sides, which makes it neutral. There's slight bearishness in it still. So looking for a drop towards 10,150. So bearish, neutral to bearish bias here for Bitcoin. All right, taking a look at our stock market here, we see that price hasn't broken through the resistance yet. Now we do have a bullish candle close, but it's still holding below that resistance level. So we have to be careful. But next target here is 34.25 here. So bullish bias for S&P 500. Nasdaq here did manage to get through the resistance, didn't quite get into that 11,720, but that's the next target. And above that, we are into 11,850. So bullish bias for Nasdaq here. And Dow Jones here, this one is looking neutral. We see that price did go into this resistance, but it hasn't managed to break through it. Last 2 days, it's been rejecting. So we may see another pullback and then a drop from here. So this one is looking neutral. As long as it holds below 28,000, we could see a drop back towards 27,200. And DAX here, this one did drop. It has struggled with this resistance level here. This has been important support, resistance level, support turning into resistance. We do have a bearish candle close, and I'm looking for a follow through towards 12,500. So bearish bias here for DAX, and then FTSE as well, still holding in that range. Price is held below this 59.80 level, and I will look for a move back towards 57.80. So bearish bias here for neutral to bearish bias. It's right in the middle of the range here. So looking for retest of the support, 57.80. Nikkei here didn't really do a whole lot. It's still holding below this main resistance level here. So with this one, we may get a move back down towards the support level at 23,000 here. So bias is neutral to bearish, and first target 23,000. Actually 23,150 and then 23,000. So a neutral to bearish bias here for Nikkei as well. So that's it for today. We'll we'll wrap it up here. You guys have a wonderful trading day, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.